Okay, so this episode is all about confrontation. And the first thing that I think that helps with confrontation is to, instead of being confrontational, be conversational. And to do that, you need to connect with that person on a personal level, genuinely connect with them on a personal level. You can't just be like, okay, I'm going to connect with all these people because on a personal level, because I want to influence them. And that's not going to work. People are going to call you out on your stuff and they're not going to trust you. So don't do that. You have to genuinely connect with that person. And that is probably your most powerful influencer tool, like the ability to connect with somebody when you're having confrontation with a conversation and them respect you, not only at a professional level, but at a personal level, is a really great tool to have. That doesn't necessarily follow for personal life, but in a personal life, you should know the person personally. And if you're having comfort confrontation with somebody random, it doesn't even matter. So you can just go away unless they're threatening to hurt you or you can't get away, then that's different. But for the most part, the first step would be to exit that situation. And then if you can't exit the situation, then you have to try to have a conversation like what is going on here. And then if you can't have a conversation, then you've got to have a confrontation, right? So, but this is really about, on this instance of like connecting with somebody on a personal level, this is really only tied to a professional setting. Okay, so the first step would be genuinely connecting with your colleagues. That allows you to pull somebody aside and understand their perspective and where they're coming from. And it's less of a you versus them or a ego thing or the person not want to be wrong or to bruise their reputation. And everybody's occasionally wrong, right? Like even a broken clock is right twice a day. So everybody is wrong occasionally. And I find that when I am incorrect, I immediately call out, hey, you're wrong, I'm right. That's my bad. And I think that provides a lot of respect from, or demands a lot of respect. Like I don't demand it, but when somebody hears that from the person who's incorrect and they're not defensive, they're just like, hey, you know what? You're right on this one. I'm incorrect. My bad. And move on. What a lot of times people hear is they'll say, oh, well, I didn't know that, or, no one told me that, or, I wasn't in that meeting, or I didn't know about it. It's just like, you're responsible for it. So just take ownership of the mistake. But anyways, so I think that also helps. Like if you actually are genuinely incorrect, then call that out that you are incorrect and let them know that you are incorrect and you're correct and the other person is correct. People really do respect the humility of someone being wrong and then acknowledging that they're correct. It is just the respectful thing to do if you are incorrect. But also, if you're going to call somebody out, you better be pretty sure that you're correct. Like you're almost like HR at that point. Like, hey, and like HR is like, hey, do you have some kind of mouse jiggler? If HR asks you if you have a mouse jiggler, or like, hey, are you working remote, like outside of the country? They already know the answer. Like HR doesn't ask you questions unless they already know the answer, by the way. So it's kind of the same situation. Like if you're going to call somebody out, you better know. But that's a separate topic. I don't want to get too distracted. So I'd say the first thing is genuinely connecting with somebody, being able to pull somebody aside, have that conversation, remove the ego, remove the us versus them, remove the bruising of reputation,